This video is going to be about the reading lesson, which is a reading program for kids to learn how to read. It teaches your child to read in 20 easy lessons, and the author says that the child starts reading since the very first lesson, and that was actually true. It happened with us here in our family. My son was reading small words since the first lesson. So with the Little Hearts for His Glory, which is what we use Heart of Dakota, this is scheduled as the phonics program. One of the things I really like about this program is that it doesn't teach a lot of rules. They do teach some, but it also has a lot of sight words. And what it does have is it has like a marking system that helps the kids know when a letter, like a vowel, will make a different sound. So let's start at the beginning. It does not start, it's not an ABC order. They start with the most common letters and words. And here they have this schedule they recommend. So for children under 5, you do 1 page per day. For children between 5 and 6, you do 2 to 3 pages per day. For children over 6, 3 or more pages per day. They also have a CD-ROM that you can purchase separately if you're interested. We did not purchase it, but if you do buy it, the authors recommend doing the lessons in the CD-ROM first, which are like computer games that would help in their lessons, and then doing the lessons in the book. So this is for the parents to read before starting, and that is always recommended. And here is lesson 1. So you won't do one whole lesson in a day. It's you break it down. It's several pages long, so you do either 1 to 2 or 3 pages depending on the age of your child. So it starts off by saying the sound each letter makes and then putting all the sounds together to say the whole word. So and this is also kind of like a workbook because it does have a few sheets like these. It's not a lot, but there are some. For example, here, I would say the sound a letter makes, and then he would have to find the letter that made that sound and circle that letter. And we went through all the letters that he was learning in this lesson. Here's another one where he had to match or connect all the letters with the pictures. I want to show you, so this program does have like a marking system, and I want to find a page that shows that. So when there is like a vowel that makes a different sound depending on the word, there will be a mark to let them know. And also there is a mark to let them know the difference between the letter B and the letter D, which kids, a lot of them at first have trouble knowing which is which. This page has some of the samples of the marking system that they use. For example, the letter B, it has that little circle inside it to let them know that it's a B and not a D. Also, you see these little markings on top of these E's That way they know it makes the E sound instead of E. Also the same thing for the letter A. So that's an example of the marking system. Another thing you might have noticed is that all these words are in lowercase. So the lessons start with just lowercase letters until they get to lesson 11. And then they'll start introducing capital letters. For example, right here, you will see some capitals. And here you see the symbols on top of the letter A. And as the child gets further along in the lessons, the little stories that they have to read get longer and bigger words. So the authors say that when your child is done with this whole program, finished with the book, the child would be reading at a 2nd grade level. In the back of the book, they have, this is a certificate that you can photocopy. It also has this progress chart you can use if you'd like. But on their website, you can go to their website and they have some papers you can print out yourself. For example, you can print some flashcards. We didn't print the flashcards, but we did print this one here. And so if my son was trying to think of a sound that a letter made and he couldn't remember for some reason, he was having trouble, then we would pull this out and then find that letter, and he would see the little animal or picture next to it, and that reminded him of the sound. And it really did work. By just looking at the picture next to the letter, he would remember right away the sound it made. Another thing that we printed off their website was this. This is like another progress chart. And then you can print these. They call them stickers, but they don't, obviously you're printing them yourself, so they're not sticky. We just laminated them, and I used double-sided tape, and then we just placed a sticker over the lesson that he had completed. And they have other things you can also print out. I believe they have like coloring pages and the flashcards, and there's several other things that you can use if you're interested in those. Well, for us, I would say that we really enjoyed this program. It is working well for us with my son. He started reading in lesson 1. You know, it was just 3-letter words, but that was fine. And we are not done with this book. We are going to continue maybe through the summer. If not, we'll just finish it next year. But I would recommend this for teaching your child to read. I think it's a great program.